We've been appointed for this. We may bend,
but never break.
We've been joined for this.
Welcome back, guys.
Back to the Jointed Podcast with Shay and Denz.
Yep. With Shay and Denz, and this week is gonna be it's our anniversary. Well, it was our anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Can we not do that? Mm-hmm. And so this edition of the podcast is just gonna basically be about, I guess, appreciation for one another and some tips or advice we could give out to other people that's either single or married, right?
Indeed.
Indubitably. I knew he was gonna say that. Anyway, so we have some questions that I came up with for us to answer. And let's see. So the first question I had was, what are some things you learned in the past 2 years in our marriage? Don't look at the questions.
I learned keep your shoes tied so you don't be tripping. Anyway, so what are some things you learned in the past 2 years?
I think he's gonna start.
Okay, I'll start.
You started talking.
One thing I know I learned definitely was how much you need me to be present and active.
Mm-hmm. And I learned. Let me see. I didn't write nothing for that one.
Wow. Oh, you want to wing it?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna wing it.
You want to think a little bit while I expound on my answer?
Yeah, you could do that.
Alright, so anyway. So I learned how much my wife needs me to be present. There were certain ways that I didn't know she felt about me. It's not really all fleshed out.
What?
But
how?
Like when I would be up late drawing and things like that, I didn't know I didn't know how strongly you felt about me stopping and being with you.
Yeah, 2, 3 a.m.
I gotta get work done.
But
even though I be still not getting work done sometimes.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the one.
We just had to do a quick sound check. But why is my mind going blank now?
Well, you pretty much answered it. Just need to be more present.
Yeah, I was seeing how not being around as much. Not that I wasn't here, but like I was physically here, but like not all the way here.
Not all the way.
So what? Get out of here. So I started to see, and actually she communicated how much that actually affected her. And that's one of the major things I learned, is to not fade away.
Yeah. And I guess one thing I learned was to be more understanding and not
Not talking loud enough?
No. Not snappy.
Oh, yeah,
or like frustrated with you quickly because you don't get certain stuff like I get it. So
yeah, I'm definitely the type of person you gotta tell like 2 or 3 times. If you're frustrated with repeating yourself, you might as well.
Well, yeah, that's definitely.
You're gonna have to get over that.
That's definitely me. So with you, you have to be told it numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not all the way there yet, but I have more of understanding that this is who I married. So I have to be more understanding and slow walk stuff to be on top of things. So to avoid that, I have to constantly think like, okay, does he remember this? I have to say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah, because my memory is definitely
text him a reminder to remember something. Yeah, so it's avoid me from being frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep up.
Keep up. You're
so,
really.
But funny. I mean, like, you know what I mean, like keeping up with
everything. In the schedule.
Reminding me.
Yeah. So, question number 2. So for this part is when I want us to write it down and for ourselves to read it out loud. Don't look at my notes.
I was just looking at the questions up top. I didn't look down low.
Guys, I have the questions.
Why you got a tips section like?
Because that's my advice. That's what I wrote down. Anyway, that's the last question. Why are you going ahead of the schedule? Anyway, what are some things you adore about your spouse? Was question number 2. Okay, and I want us to write it down on a piece of paper that we had got from. These are the things that I bought for my wedding. I had them. For those of you who can't see, but if you are on YouTube, you can see our. This was a jar that we had filled up with. Well, we didn't have it filled up yet. We had the cards on the side, and on the paper it says wishes for the Mr. and Mrs. And they just had to write something sweet for us to like read for our 1-year anniversary. So we still have papers left. So I was like, let's just use these and write down these answers.
Just to clarify, though, this is our 2nd year anniversary.
I didn't say that. Oh, well, yeah, this is our 2nd year anniversary. Yep. Got married June 23rd, 2019. 2019.
That's a long time from now.
All right, so
it's a lot of numbers.
We can pass it. Hopefully, you can understand it because it's in cursive.
I don't know why you were writing in cursive.
Writing in cursive is just really fast to write. I feel like mine are not like whatever. So I'll go first. I'll just read. Do you want me to read it out loud or you just want to? That makes sense to read it out loud. Yeah, of course. What? Oh boy. Okay.
What
anyway.
In the world, babe?
So you wrote her smile, her humor, her random posing. What do you mean? And dancing.
I come in the room or
in the mirror.
I turn around and you in the mirror.
Okay.
Or dancing.
She's secretly an artist. What do you mean artist? Okay.
She be drawing, y'all.
All right. Her motivation, her kind heart, her drive to be better day by day, her being silly. Thank you.
Yeah, Ben. That's what I'm talking about, Danielle.
Okay.
Okay, your patience. Yeah, that's it. You serious?
Get out of here. You're really funny.
Your patience, your loving, caring nature. You genuinely want me to be happy. Appreciation, supportive. Your intelligence and wisdom. Oh, you think I'm smart?
Okay, big head. Don't let it get too big.
It's messing up my glasses, man. Think before speaking.
Oh well, I was trying to make like quick. I filled up the page. You think before speaking.
And then I think before speaking and assess the problem. Many more, but especially your creativity goes from your poetry, rap, and art. And I love to see you do both.
Okay.
I'm not doing both.
What?
It's
you mean
that?
Get out of here. You mean not doing both?
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, baby.
It's like, nah. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, what I was going to say?
Yeah, you the goat.
You said what? You the goat?
But not a goat.
You better not be calling me a goat. What? Imagine you a goat. What? Anyway.
We don't want to be goats. We want to be sheep.
If we had a soundboard, that would be good for a dad joke. Mm-hmm.
What?
No, yeah, I think your poetry is really good.
Thank you.
Well, it's raps too, but when you do it as poetry, I think it's.
I did that one time though.
But it's really good. I think I like that the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can actually hear it, not just bops to the beat. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what I'm about to say next.
What?
That you never listen to lyrics to songs. No songs
yes,
for years.
I do.
And you'd be like, whoa, did you know they said this in this song? Be like, what? No, no way. Listen to it back. Or look up the lyrics. You're
I do listen to the lyrics. Just the beat, everybody knows the beat always attracts people first before you actually hear the song.
Mm.
So when you do
the poetry,
it's like
no beat.
There could be a beat, but it's usually softer. It's not a hard.
It's more emphasis on the words. Your face.
What did you just say?
I said emphasis, but
You said emphasis.
I put the wrong emphasis on.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly.
I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
And it's a great way you express yourself. I think actually poetry helps you express yourself more.
Yeah, it does.
So, I like both, but poetry just helps you release better, and you need more releasing. You need the healing.
What? Get out of here. Dirty hands.
What else did I say that I was going to say something about? Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, he is very supportive. Especially right now. Today was my Freedom Day. Today is my Freedom Day.
It's Freedom. It's
Freedom Friday. This is actually recorded on Friday. Freedom Friday.
It's a personal Juneteenth for her.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, what was the most hardest thing you went through in the past year of your marriage, and what made you stronger? That made you stronger as a couple.
For the past year. You want to go first?
You know, it's really terrible arguing with these questions, and I don't
have answers. Amazing.
Amazing.
I was in the car thinking, and then my brain was going blank again. And I'm like, we definitely been through stuff.
Well, I told you. Well, I told you. You already was. You was there. You were living it. No, actually, no. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been living all my life.
Well, I was gonna say, well, let me see. What I keep thinking of with my grandparents, but did they pass away? 2020. Well, I feel like it's been 2 years. It's been 1 year. 1 year. Yeah, you being there was like really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Helped me. I'm a very independent type of person who don't feel like I need anybody.
But deep down inside,
I was like, that mentality. That's one thing I was saying. Like I learned to be. That is something I learned to be more, not dependent, but to let you in, buddy.
Yeah, be more inclusive of me.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? You could sit next to me.
Oh, I learned that before this year, but it really was like, I'm really vulnerable right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be that way.
Yeah, you can't be steel. Shayla of steel.
Well, yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, just help me lean on you a little bit more. So that's why when you be gone, it's like, why would I? That's like slap in the face. Like, okay, I'm going back to who I was. I am who I am.
Give her a few minutes for her to stop playing.
Oh boy. No, but yeah.
A major thing that helped me to grow was that when we were staying by grandma's house and we weren't like, I can't remember in detail your thoughts on it, but it was like, I was thinking like, would we have trouble moving forward? Like, I didn't want to stay there, obviously, for a long time. I know you didn't want to stay there for a long time. And I started to take my art more serious again. And then you had told me that you wanted to. What was it? I'm trying to remember the exact words, but you were like, the thing that you want to do is help me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, look at Bay.
You funny.
She want to help me. I'm thinking about the Bible, and when they say you help me, and I'm like, she want to do that. She want to do that. And then having like the mentality, like, not you need me in a type of way where it's like you can't do anything without me, mm-hmm. but just knowing that you depend on me to some degree makes me feel like I can do so. Like I can provide for us. Mm-hmm. And that was a major thing that helped me grow.
Oh, okay. I almost forgot what the question was before.
Question number 4.
You said what?
What?
It's like that. Question number 4. Do you believe you guys grew as a couple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question number 5.
What?
Segnon.
Yeah. I definitely think so. There were times definitely I want to go. How about you?
Me? Yeah, I think we've grown a lot. I feel like we overall move in more unison than we used to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you was like, I'm doing what I want. And if you don't want to do it, then oh well.
What?
Oh well.
Yeah. That is more of a pre-marriage, I think. I was like that. Now, I'm not going to say I was completely different, obviously.
Yeah, some adjusting.
You don't change instantly when you get married. Like, oh, I'm married and I'm not like that no more.
Yeah, it's not like poof, everything perfect.
But we definitely grew overall, is my point. There's a lot of stuff you go through in marriage and it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Shut up.
Are you worth it? Wait, what is the lyrics?
No. That's not an appropriate song.
What do you mean?
Ben. I'll cut this off right now.
What are you talking about? It's a joke. What?
I'll cut this off right now.
You better, yeah, pray for him and his healing. No, in his deliverance. My bad.
What?
What was I saying?
You were asking, is it worth it? See, look what you did to your own mind. Sometimes it be your own self.
Yeah, most times yourself. Stop blaming the devil. Anyway.
It's about us growing together.
Yeah, we grew. We grew a lot. There's a lot of struggle, but we grew.
Yeah, we communicate much better, I think.
Yeah. That came with me understanding that your brain process is different than mine.
Yeah, we 2 different people.
Yeah, but when we were dating, it just seemed like no, actually, I don't know. Maybe I was in denial because it was always different. I'm like, this is simple. You don't do this.
Welcome to reality.
And I would just, I don't know what I was on. I don't know what type of assignment I was on.
She was.
I was very caring, and I was definitely mature.
She still had her kid brain.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. You thought certain stuff was acceptable, and it wasn't. And I.
Oh yeah, definitely in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
If we talking about from the start, then we definitely. I
made leaps and bounds. Shebang, the whole thing.
In maturity, in growth.
Yeah, communication wise, we definitely grew, and understanding and being able to understand. Well, we ain't there all the way yet with the eye contact. Well, you getting on my nerves, but
yeah, because I be kind of oblivious still.
Yeah.
Be like, well, what's wrong with her? And then I'll be like, I have to have like a separated time where like I'm allowed to just think in my head without interruption, so I can assess what's going on. And then I could be like, oh yeah, okay, I could see why she was annoyed with something. Like, I don't always see it instantly.
Great, that's so true. It reminds me of one of my number 5. What? No, that's so true. No, what you were saying, because it's like I was gonna talk about, like, bounce off your idea, but I'm like, for what? It ties into number 5.
Okay,
perfect. So number 5, what is some great advice that we can give to other couples that's not cliche, but we can X that out. It could be cliche because
no, don't gotta be cliche. Just the one thing is, like, even if it's too cliche, it's too true. It's to communicate. How you gonna do anything without communicating? How?
Yeah.
How you gonna get your point across without communicating? I want to know how.
You can get it across
without communicating. How?
No, you can't.
Exactly. You know what you are? If you can't communicate, a rock. All right, you're a freaking rock.
Can you be quiet?
An inanimate object. It's like, no.
Do you have anything else you want to say about? I have a whole lot
about communication.
Not a whole lot, but I have something to say. So, what I had for communication, don't look at my notes.
I'm looking at you.
It's not, but obviously communication is also not just like verbally. It's like your body language. The way, like if I'm talking to you, or if you're talking to somebody, because it's advice to people. If you're talking to somebody, but you're like nonchalant about it, and you like don't really, your body language is like, I don't really care. That counts as communication as well. So the way you say stuff, the way you present yourself, your presentation is communication. The way you present yourself. So if you disagree with something and you have like a whatever attitude, that's saying, but your words are saying something else, it's conflicting. So pick a side. Let it all be, just flow together. Like so also your absence is a sign of communication too. So just be there. And also I'll just go into my second one of advice. What?
Just skip me.
What? It's one of, well, it all, yeah.
Okay, you flow, boo boo.
Well, actually, well, yeah, no, I'll just flow to my second one. The second one is to be friends. You always want to be friends with, be friends with
your spouse.
Your spouse, whomever.
Who you going out with.
Yeah, so you just be friends, because that's important. You don't ever want to be not friends. You want to be able to know each other, your likes, your dislikes, and like comfortable to talk to them. You should always want to hang out with them. You want to like each other. Like, you gotta like each other. Like,
you shouldn't really have uncomfortable time. Uncomfortable times.
No, just keep going.
Like,
keep going.
Awkward times with each other. Like, you ever been with somebody? You ever been around somebody you don't really know, but there's like a third party that like mends it together, kind of. So, say me and Shayla have a mutual friend. We chilling or whatever. Everything's cool. But then Shayla walks away for a couple seconds. Then it's like, well, it's awkward now. I don't really know what to say to continue conversation without Shayla around, because I don't really know you. We're not really friends. We're not really friends, type of thing. Like, having a friendship with the person that you're going out with, or with your spouse, is important in that way. So it's like your relationship doesn't come to like a halt.
Yeah.
Due to things like
that. That's actually something I was gonna say too. Like if you guys stop dating, stop being communicating, stop hanging out, not constantly doing the stuff that you guys did at the beginning, it's gonna lead to you guys drifting away and having different. You're gonna have your feelings is just gonna So what was I gonna say? So yeah, basically never stop dating your spouse. Always be friends. If not, they'll start drifting away. And also with that, your eyes will start to wander, and you'll start being interested in other people. Because if you don't communicate and be friends with your spouse, you will find it your workplace. You'll find it with most of the time. Also, I found out a statistic with work. 25% of the time, because you see your coworkers most of the time throughout the day, you build a relationship with them, and you start finding you start to like them. You maybe not their appearance, but their personality. You start to you grow to build a relationship with them, and it'll be more so more than just my coworker. More like it starts a infatuation with them, and you whatever. I think it was 25% or 50%. It's a high. I don't know. 50%.
Wow.
It's a lot though. You start to so if your house is not happy, you also always put effort in. Don't get lazy.
Yeah, don't get lazy. For the fellas, keep pursuing.
Yes.
Keep pursuing. Even while she got an attitude. Pursue through that attitude.
That wasn't.
Second.
That's not what he's talking about. But you have anything else?
Aside from communicate, I have one about learning each other's quirks and appreciating them. What I mean by quirks is like little things that they do that are like unique to them. Like how if we're sitting or laying in the same area, you wrap your feet around my feet. Mm-hmm. And at first I was like, this feels weird. But eventually it was like, oh, but it's her.
Yeah, it's like, used to it now.
This is her thing she
look
does.
For it.
Yeah, now I look for it. Sometimes I initiate it happening.
Exactly. You put your...
Yeah, she ain't coiling the feet yet. What's going on?
Yeah, that mean I ain't feeling you. So, but, yeah, that's my thing. That's true. Also, I think, like, what's important before you even get in a relationship or with your spouse or if y'all going out is to know yourself. Because it's easier if you know yourself before you get into a relationship, so you know what you like, your dislikes, and what you know your standards and your morals. If you don't know that, then you'll just get into you'll be going through relationships for no reason, kind of honestly, because it's like you won't know what you like to do. Like, so it helps, like, honestly, I realize it helps a guy better to know, instead of playing the guessing games, to know what you actually like to do and you don't like to do. You guys, it take,
yeah, because dudes, girls be putting us on an island, yo. It's like, what? Oh, she like this, okay, so she like this or whatever, and then you do this and this and that according to what you saw, what you observed, and then it's like complete opposite. And you like, yo, who is this?
Yeah, so it's easier for a female to know what you want and what you like and what you don't like, and be straightforward and honest about it. It just makes stuff so much easier, smooth sailing. Also, another thing, I feel like I have a lot of tips. And also, when you guys are going through something, I think it's best to always seek godly counsel. Mm-hmm. Don't go to, this is my own personal thing. What are you doing?
Trying to see your face.
I don't know. I feel like going to your parents or your friends is going to be biased. They're not always going to have, they probably want what's best for you. And that could be wrong because it needs to know. How do I
your friends or your parents might be like
on your
they
side.
Want what's good for the both of you,
but they're gonna lean more towards you.
If the spouse is opposing you in any way, then they're
gonna lean towards you. It's gonna be biased, and they're not gonna even realize that they're being biased.
60-40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, some people can do a really good job at
balancing it out.
Remaining even. I think I'm a person that remains even when it's like you and a stranger. I remember you got mad at me one time.
Me and a stranger?
Yeah. I was like trying to see like maybe this happened or maybe that happened. I didn't want to immediately jump to the conclusion that you had.
I had no conclusion. I was right. It's like, nah. But yeah, okay, so yeah, that I believe in seeking godly counsel. And then since I don't recommend you going to your friends or your parents, if you can't, go to your pastor. Or I just always suggest, I am a strong believer of therapy. They are the most unbiased people. They can't be biased. They don't know you from a can of paint. They only can go by what you guys, his side and your side. And then they're going to accept the problem and they're going to give you the best advice. Therapy, and especially because I really dislike that Black people do not like therapy. It's not for only people who have problems. If you do not have a problem, you can still go to therapy. And I'm a strong believer in this because it helps a lot of our people in the Black community, our minorities, period, overall, get through stuff and learn how to self-reflect and go forward. And they don't even always give you advice, but they give you, they help you self-reflect and help you look at yourself. They pretty much kind of play devil's advocate and help you look at yourself and you answer your own problems. That's what therapy is. It isn't always, oh, you have a mental problem, oh, you're going downhill, you need therapy. No,
it's not always here. You have problems. Take these drugs.
Yeah, it's not that. So, yes, I'm very passionate about therapy. They help you out, and they just help you out.
If anybody got any issues, contact Shayla Morrison.
What? I'm a very good listener. I think I'm a very good listener. Sometimes in a marriage, I'm not. Let me finish my own sentence. Sometimes in a marriage, it's a little whatever. Because but other people, it's always easier from the outside.
Yeah, you don't have like certain.
Yeah, I have emotions in this.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
you have conflict of interest.
So, but yeah, I think that's all we have. Guys, therapy.
Oh, I also had having a common goal.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's...
is a big thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say something. I forgot what exactly it was.
If I wanted to move to Tokyo,
I wanted to move
Shayla
far.
wants to move
he
to
wasn't
South
down
Africa.
Exactly. You still
then
not down.
You can't go. Y'all like remain stagnant. Y'all both want to go somewhere, but you can't go anywhere because you can't agree on where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I think also
we've also had like personal conversations as far as like me rapping and everything.
Oh yeah, that
how
was
you
a
didn't
big
have
prayer life is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big disagreement. I was very adamant about. I didn't want to be with no rapper. I did not want to be with no rapper. My experience with athletes and people who just happen to be on the road. I did not want to be with nobody who's going to be no rapper, nobody who's going to be no athlete. To me, they just had cheater written right on their forehead.
Wow.
You just out there in the world and you're exposure to all this stuff and you just weak. Not saying you weak. You can just become weak.
That's what tends to happen.
Yeah, so it's like, no. And a lot of men decide to leave their wife home because they don't want to bring them into an environment like that. So it's like, if you don't want your wife to be there, then why do you want to be there? It don't make sense. So I was like, no.
In my sense, I was saying you could come with me.
Yeah,
and especially traveling with BFA, I'm gonna have plenty of accountability.
Men say that, but it doesn't matter. You had a whole scenario. You had your friends and like, oh, we hold each other accountable, but a friend still cheated. And did they stop because y'all said that's wrong? No. It don't matter. It don't matter. You can't. When people say people hold you, when people say that they hold you accountable, like, oh, we have them here, they're gonna hold us accountable. You still can do what you want. There's not gonna be somebody gonna be like, tell the girl, no, don't mess with. People don't care. People, especially if they're in a dark place, they're not gonna care what you say. That don't make no sense. They're gonna try
to sneak off from you.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? If you're that friend that's trying to hold them accountable, but they really want to do this, they're gonna sneak off from that friend.
Yeah. You want the person that want to cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can't say you're gonna hold you accountable because you're still gonna do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, people still hold you accountable. It's like.
But you saying like, so but you the way you just said it, like they hold me accountable, so I won't. Most likely, I wouldn't even get that far.
Yeah, because my conscience and then my relationship with God is like.
No, I know. I know now.
Go down that far.
No, I know now. Then, I don't know.
Oh, back then.
This is
you got a case. If it
this
was
is a whole
then.
different. Yeah, but this is we talking about from before you got married.
Yeah, like I said,
he wasn't fully in
leaps
Christ
and
yet.
bounds.
Now I can see if he was fully in Christ. Because there's people that's faithful that's not in Christ, but.
Well, if you're not in Christ, you're liable to do anything.
That's what I was saying. Even though you were you were coming into Christ, you were still an early bird, a new bird.
You call me a bird?
So to me, I'm like, yeah, you still too fresh from the streets. You ain't ready. You like a hot pocket.
What?
Hot and ready. So.
What? I ain't come on this podcast to get disrespected.
Well, you brought it up, so that's how my mindset was. Like, no, but now, of course, today, and like, of course, fulfill your dreams. We're on one accord with that, and I just gotta be involved. Yep, that's all. That's different. That's when.
Yeah, now you could come to. I remember y'all. She wasn't able to go nowhere where I was performing, and now
what
for like the
past
2 years, she ain't. I think you haven't missed the performance. I haven't done a lot of performances either.
When I couldn't come to your performance?
Before we got married.
Oh, because I used to be going far.
You couldn't come to nothing.
You were going far.
I'm like, yo, where is Shayla?
Ain't nowhere. You had support.
You was home, sleep, relaxing.
I wasn't asleep.
I'm out there sweating and jumping, losing my breath.
We got a very interesting
for our future.
Past, whatever. That could be a different podcast. Anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could tell y'all about how she played me 18 times.
You're really funny. But anyway, I think that's about it. I thank you guys for tuning in to this week's podcast. Hey guys. Love you guys and peace.
Peace.
Excuse this table in the background. It's actually annoying me now that I see it's right there.
It's all good.
This was not going to be the
studio's not fully designed yet.
Yeah, this wasn't the initial setup, but yeah.